This is Robert Gluckson. This is Robert Gluckson.
teachcartooning.com. So let me ask those guys who feel, come on up. We're going to actually draw. Get out your pens. Piece of paper. Come on up. This is interactive. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want to participate, come on up. Who needs paper? We have also Phil Yeh Elder, the world famous because he's been all over the world doing murals. And John J. Murakami has been his assistant and now lead artist. And we have Josh Elder here who's doing a very interesting program in the schools, really getting a lot of kids involved, and he'll tell us about that and lead an exercise. And I'll be calling on folks in the audience who have some experience, including Steve Sievers over here, and we'll find time for anybody else bring a tip to share or want to, we will make a moment for you. But before, and we're going to start with the first one right now. This is actually the hardest thing you'll have to do in the workshop, and that is to take this piece of paper. Does everybody have a piece of paper? And fold it in thirds the way you would to mail a piece of paper in an envelope. This is the hardest part, but if you get it wrong, it's still funny. So you'll have it in thirds. There's 3 creases. And you want one under the other here, more like a U shape than a Z shape. You don't want to do that. So under, over. And then we turn the orientation. Okay, I'll wait. Are we all there? It's all folded. We want to turn the orientation so that your top piece is facing out and then it's folded back towards your chest. So there it is. This is called the Exquisite Corpse. It was a surrealist drawing exercise, and it's a great way to get kids moving at the beginning, and you'll be surprised at how fun the results are. I don't recommend pencil. Go straight to ink, and we're going to do this very quickly, so here's the exercise. We will have about 1 minute each. We'll do a drawing of a head on the top. The person who does the drawing of the head then flips it so that the middle section is available. Their head's at the top, but fold it back, and you don't want to show it to the person. Don't peek, don't look at what your neighbor's doing. It's more fun when yours is and theirs is draw. So head at the top, middle of the body, from the neck to the crotch. Once you've done that, bottom, pass it to the next person, and they draw the legs. Any questions? So, let's start.
Just draw without looking at the body in the middle. Different person. I'll do it.
Anybody else done? Hold them up. And then we're going to have to put up there, Anna's going to help us. Humanitarians, better students. Actually, I'm not quite sure what, but I do know that I've taught 100 cartooning workshops and gotten paid. So that's one good thing. So in teaching these workshops, I've learned a bunch of good games and techniques that really quickly move people along from the skill of doing funny faces to storyboarding. And I found that I can do that in about 2.5 hours. And that these appeal. So here's the people who want cartooning workshops. Kids, all ages people. So those tend to be the two 9 to 15-year-olds, and in that group of 9 to 15-year-olds, you get some really heavy hitters. I'm going to be a pro, and you get a little, I just love drawing. And then we have the wannabe pros, and then we have the real professionals going to school to become professionals. Do we have anybody from a professional school here today? So there are some downstairs. And anybody go to a professional school to learn cartooning?
So I'm applying.
Great.
Admitted to University of Utah.
Great. And where were you?
Arts Center, Pasadena.
Okay, so Arts Center. So we're not dealing. That's not the subject of today's workshop. People who want to spend months or years, they're going to get a more detailed. But what we're talking about are skills that are immediately applicable to either both developing your ability to communicate or in the schools to develop abilities to organize thoughts, to graphically depict images, and most important of all, to come up with the ideas. So what you're going to see next is demonstrations on how easy it is to use visual communications techniques to come up with ideas. Anybody ever remember what I did in my summer vacation, getting writer's block? Cartoonists, I mean, we can't get writer's block. We'll come up with 100 ideas in an hour. Try to stop it. And once we open up the power of cartooning to our students, they then become empowered to use that part of their brains, or whatever you want to call it, to communicate visually and just to communicate. So what we're going to have today is a couple different communication visualization techniques. And we're going to start, let me tell you a little bit about Phil Yeh. He has done murals all over the world, literally all over the world, working with incredibly, obviously diverse groups. So these are not necessarily people who are going to be, professional comics artists. And his associate John's been working with him for quite a long time, and we're really thrilled that he's going to carry on the tradition. I don't know that anybody's really worked with more students than these guys, so let's give them a hand.
We're going to do a little workshop, a little exercise to show how we